So welcome to this class. In this session, we are going to demonstrate a problem which deals with the application of hyperbolas. You are given the coordinates of the foci and the coordinates of the vertices. So then you have to find the equation of the hyperbola. So the question reads, find an equation of the hyperbola having the foci 8, 17 and 8, -9, and vertices at 8, 9 and 8, -1. So this problem is not very hard to solve if you understand the meaning of foci and vertices for hyperbola. So let's start solving. So this one 8. So this, like, the x is not moving, it's not changing, but then y is changing. So if I have, like here, if I have 8, -9, and then I have another point here 8, 17. And then I have 8, 9, and I have 8, -1. So you see, these are the vertices. So this is, say, V1, V2. This is F1, F2. So what comes into your mind, you should know that in this question, we are either have x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals to 1, or we have y minus k squared over a squared minus x minus h squared over b squared equals to 1. So the first thing is to find the value of h and k. So, and you know that always the center is the midpoint, or is the midpoint of the line joining V1, V2, or F1, F2. So the center, which has coordinates h, k, is the same as midpoint of F1, F2 line segment joining F1, F2, or V1, V2. So it tells us that now these coordinates h, k, the midpoint. So if we pick for f, we'll have 8 plus 8 divided by 2, and then 17 plus -9 over 2. Remember, to get the midpoint of two values, 2 points, x1, y1, and b, x2, y2, midpoint is given by x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So therefore now, because we have these 2 points, we'll have 8 plus 8 over 2 is just 8, and then 17 minus 9 is 8 divided by 2 is 4. Or you could find the same thing by saying, if using V1 and V2, you say 8 plus 8 divided by 2, -1 plus 9 over 2. You still get 8 and then 4. So these are the coordinates of the center. So therefore, we know h and we know k. And then because now the coordinates given dictates that now x is not changing. So which means then the major or not really the measure, the transverse axis of this hyperbola is parallel to the y-axis. So therefore, that eliminates this being a possibility. So therefore, we expect our equation to be this form, because this one shows that the transverse axis is parallel to the vertical axis, that's the y-axis. So therefore, the y term is the one that must be positive. Another thing is to find the value of A and B. And you see, once we have, from this sketch I've drawn, distance from the center. So the center we have found it to be 8,4. So center is 8,4. C is the distance from the center to where we have the foci. So remember, this is 8,4, and then this is 8,17. So C is simply 17 minus 4. Or you can say this is 8,4, and this is 8 negative 9. So the same as 4 minus 9. So this is 13. So the value of C is 13. And then A is the distance from the center to the vertex. So 8,4, 8, 9. So therefore, the distance will be simply given by 9 minus 4, which is 5. Or you can say 4 minus 1, which is still the same as 5. So therefore, the value of A is 5. So C is 13 and A is 5. So C 13, A is 5, which means that B can be found by simply getting the C squared minus A squared. So 13 squared minus 5 squared, 169 minus 25, that's 144. B squared is 144. So B is 12. And so therefore we have the equation, because H is known to be 8 and K is known to be 4. Therefore the equation is Y minus K, which is 4 squared, divided by A squared, and our A is 5, so 5 squared, minus X minus H, so X minus 8 squared, divided by B squared, so which is 12 squared, equals to 1. So which you can just say Y minus 4 squared divided by 25 minus X minus 8 squared divided by 144 is equals to 1. So this is the equation of the hyperbola described in the problem statement. Thank you.